Hi, I'm Autumn with Grow, and welcome to Tidbit Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about marketing to millennials. What is a millennial? A millennial is someone that was born in the 1980s to about the year 2000. Millennials were born in the internet era. They are the first generation to have the internet era at their fingertips into their adult life. Millennials are driven, tech savvy, and they take their time on making decisions. Millennials are taking longer nowadays than previous generations when it comes to getting married, starting a family, and purchasing a home. They're less likely to put their roots down early in their life. They have more debt than previous generations, which means they really don't have the large down payments to put down for a home anyway. So what they're doing is leasing apartments, condos, and that's great for you guys in the multifamily industry. So how do you reach these millennials in your marketing efforts? Millennials are tech savvy. Like I said, most of them have smartphones, and the internet is where they are doing all of their research beforehand. Millennials are more likely and most likely to use the internet for hours of research before they even begin to call communities than if they were to grab your standard apartment magazine on the stand. They probably won't be doing that. So you want to reach them in ways that become effective, and that is your online presence. Your online presence with millennials is so important. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your social media presence is strong. You want to be on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, any and all social media resources that you guys can get on. And you want to make sure that you're active, and you want to make sure that your message is very clear on social media. Millennials like things that are branding and consistent, and they like things that really catch their attention. They like things short and sweet, and they don't like sales pitches. So make sure that you're keeping things that way. I'm going to give you guys a few tips on how to send your message clearly to millennials to capture them to your community. The first thing you want to do is keep it personal. Although millennials still like to make decisions based on what they feel, they still want to know about your community, about you, and they still like the connection that it gives to people. The next thing you want to do is keep it short. Keep your message short and sweet. Millennials do not like long sales pitches. They want your message to be very clear, so make sure you do that. Number 3, keep it integrated. Make sure your branding and your message is consistent. Make sure your social media posts, your advertising is all consistent so they know who you are when they're seeing you on multiple different sites. Number 4, keep it creative. Make sure your branding and your message is creative. Don't be like everybody else. Make sure you're using new, fun ideas to capture their attention. Number 5, millennials love amenities. Make sure you're focusing on what strong suits your community has versus your competitors. They love amenities like health centers that are 24 hours a day, community centers, and things like that. Number 6, make sure your site is well planned. Make sure your social media is planned. Make sure your posts are planned. What you don't want to be doing is inconsistent posting. So make sure you've got someone at your community that's dedicated to social media posting and they're consistent with it. Consistency is definitely key so you can focus your message the right way to millennials. Share and respond to reviews within less than a few hours. Millennials are reading reviews on everything, even where they're just gonna go to lunch, and they like to see pictures. So your social media reviews on apartment review sites or Yelp or apartment ratings are really, really important. Make sure you're responding to them whether they're positive or negative. When you respond to negative reviews, make sure you're positive in your message, but make sure you are responding. You can get to them later on personally and get into the details of the situation, but what you don't want to do when you're responding to reviews publicly is become off defensive. That will not look good to millennials, and they trust everyone's opinion that's posting online. So it's really important that you're really paying attention to your online presence and your reviews. They're literally reading everything. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know in the comments, and we hope that's some short and sweet and simple tips on how to market to millennials, and we'll see you next week.